Many of you know me now as the chair dancing lady. My background is in dance. I say that to you because I stand in front of you the size I am. Just because of the size I am, that does not mean I do not know or understand what your relationship to food is. And that's what my talk is about tonight. No matter what size we are, it's our relationship to food that I would like to discuss with you tonight and help you to hopefully change your approach to food to a more healthy one. I call what I do eating management, not weight management, because it, again, is your relationship to food that I'm going to be discussing with you tonight. By helping you to change your relationship to food, to have freedom to eat, your weight will take care of itself. If someday I decide to name my groups and make my millions, I would like to name my groups something, and by telling you those names, it'll help you to understand where I'm going with tonight's talk. The first name that'll make the first million for sure is conscious eaters. Conscious eaters. I want you forevermore after tonight to be conscious of what you're eating and how you are approaching that food. Not just to do, how did those cookies get gone and not know what happened, or the bag of peanuts or popcorn is suddenly gone and you really don't remember eating it. It's just wasn't quite conscious. Now, if that one doesn't make me the million, then I'd like to name my group the discriminating eaters. And the discriminating part would mean that every time you approach food, you want it to satisfy you. You want to be discriminating. Does it taste good? Does it satisfy you physically, your nutritional needs? Does it satisfy you psychologically? And we're going to be covering each of those component parts. So I'm going to start my talk tonight with asking you, what does eating have to do with hunger? Here's my premise. If I only ate when I was hungry, and I stopped eating when I was full. Okay, let's break that sentence into two parts. If I only ate when I was hungry, how do I know I'm hungry? How do I experience hunger? I sometimes feel kind of empty in my stomach, perhaps. Lightheaded, anybody? Lightheaded, kind of tired feeling if you get real hungry. Okay, so everybody experiences hunger slightly differently, and it's very important for you to get in touch with your hunger and to know when it is that you're hungry. Now, premise number one says, if I only ate when I was hungry and I stopped eating when I was full. Well, wait a minute. Full? What an interesting concept. If I only ate until I was full, well, how do I know I'm full? When do I know I've had enough? Anybody give me an idea of what full feels like? We're going to assign different numbers to our little person here so that we can use this as a gauge, as like a barometer to know full and hungry. So let's start with the full part. Thanksgiving, day full. You're so full that all you're good for is to just kind of lay there, feeling rather sick and stuffed and uncomfortable, vowing, I'll never do that again, ever, okay? I just really got to remember how terrible that feels, and I'll never, ever do that again. 9 is you're almost there, just a few bites there. You're uncomfortable. You're uncomfortable at a 9, and you want to loosen your belt at a 9. At an 8, you feel your stomach distending, and your belt is tight. Let's go to the other extreme now. 1. Famished, ravenous, starved, so hungry that you really can't think, cope, anything. Completely, this part, when you get to a 1, you are out of control with food. Do we want to be at a 1? No. Ever? So a 1 or a 10, it's like, no, we don't want to do that. That we really aren't okay. A 2. I'm starving, I'm famished, I'm losing control. So you're pretty hungry at a 2. Do I want to be at a 2? Where I want to live is in this range here. Number 3 is really important because when you're at a 3, deal with it. A 3 is your signal. I'm getting to a 2. I'm not far from a 2. I need to deal with it. Food just doesn't take care of itself. You have to think about it, plan for it, decide where, what, how. It's all this responsibility. And if we don't take that responsibility, we get down to a 2 or a 1, and what do? We grab something, we stuff ourselves with something, and we don't make good choices. We certainly don't make conscious or discriminating choices. Okay? Number 3 is the deal with it phase. Number 4 is when you will be eating. Number 5 is another very important number because I will call this comfortably full. When I'm at a 5, I am comfortably full. One of my South African clients calls that an elegant sufficiency. She'll say after she's eaten just a comfortable amount, I've had an elegant sufficiency. I can't say it better than that, now can I? So number 5 is very important to know when you are comfortable. Number 6, you took 1 or 2 bites extra. No shame in that. Few more bites past full. But you're still okay. But number 7 is 2 bites, 3 bites, whatever, too many. Because you're not far now from the 8, which is beginning to distend. Now's a good time to ask you, how big is your stomach? I don't mean yours personally. How big is the organ, the stomach? I almost gave it away. That's pretty close. Okay, make a fist. Your stomach is approximately the size of your fist. Just like we all have slightly different sized fists, we have slightly different sized stomachs. Now, however, does the stomach stretch? Oh, you better believe it. And it does a lot of stretching. Yours may do way too much stretching. It starts to distend out. Your belt is getting tight. That means your stomach has distended out so much that your skin is pressing against your belt. That means your stomach is pressing against the wall of your innards and pressing out against the whole idea just is kind of disgusting when you think about it. That this organ has inflated so much that it's causing your belt to be tight. That's pretty extreme, isn't it? But you've done it, right? We don't want to do that to ourselves. About how much food do you think an organ this size, the size of your fist, could hold comfortably without distending it? 2 to 3 cups of food. Okay, measuring cup, 2 cup, measuring cup. Think of, how much of different foods. So obviously, if it's bulky foods versus liquid foods, it's going to take up room differently. But you can tell by drinking 2 to 3 cups of water. Doesn't your stomach feel kind of full? Okay, if you eat some bulky foods where if you chopped it all up and put it in a measuring cup, it would equal 2 to 3 cups of food, you're going to feel full. That's what I want you to really begin to think about, is that if we only ate when we were hungry and we stopped eating when we were full, we've learned everything we need to know. That's the whole thing. But it's not quite that simple, so I'll go on with my lecture. Okay, so I want you to increase your awareness about your body, knowing your body's signals of hunger, of comfortably full. We want to begin to live somewhere in the middle of that. Never getting too hungry, never getting too full. Because if I get too hungry, I'm out of control. If I get too full, I'm really uncomfortable and I'm abusing my body, going against my goal, which is to lose / and or maintain weight.